I'm a believer that we're still in a golden age of wide receiver play, but the pinnacle of this time period included the 2012 to 2014 seasons, when the top 10 receivers in the NFL were almost impossible to distinguish from each other in a deep, elite group. In 2012, Calvin Johnson finished with just under 2,000 yards receiving on 122 catches, while Brandon Marshall, Wes Welker, Andre Johnson, Reggie Wayne, Demaryius Thomas, A. Jay Green, Dez Bryant and Roddy White all finished with over 90 catches and 1,300 yards receiving. Julio Jones had a nearly 1,200-yard season and caught 10 touchdowns, while Vincent Jackson was over 1,300 yards with 8 touchdowns in his best NFL season. The success at the position was essentially unprecedented, but even in the midst of such a ridiculously high level of play, Bryant was one of the best receivers in the NFL. Few pass catchers possessed Bryant's ridiculous ball skills, elite physicality before and after the catch, or the ability to accelerate away from defenders and make plays with the ball. From 2012 to 2014, Bryant didn't miss a game for the Dallas Cowboys, finishing each season with 92, 93 and 88 catches, and going over 1,200 yards each year. The most impressive statistic was his touchdown production. Bryant managed an insane 41 touchdowns over a 3-year span, averaging almost 1 per game. Don't get me wrong, Bryant was never the best route runner or the most explosive separator from man coverage, but he was dazzling in the air, and he may have been the least bothered receiver in the NFL by contact. Bryant's ability to adjust to off-target throws and complete contested grabs was jaw-dropping, and his strength at the catch point was matched by only Calvin Johnson. He also never got enough credit for his ability after the catch. Bryant consistently broke tackles and picked up extra yardage despite not having world-class speed or a ton of open field moves. He was simply a pain in the butt to bring down in the open field. So why are we speaking in past tense? Bryant just isn't the same elite level player, and I'm not sure he ever will be again. Although he's still a solid wide receiver, Bryant doesn't physically overwhelm like he used to, and he's become more stiff and less fluid in his releases and routes as time has gone on. Injuries have taken a toll on Bryant's body, forcing him to miss 6 games in 2015 and 3 last year. He rarely gets behind defenses anymore, and he's currently outside the top 50 in yards after catch across the NFL. This isn't to say that Bryant isn't still a good player, because he is. He's still capable of the things that once made him great, they just occur far less consistently than they once did. Thursday's game against the Chargers was a perfect example. Bryant was targeted 5 times, twice on fades and once on a back shoulder throw. Those 3 vertical passes turned into 50-50 balls that Bryant had a definite shot at, but the big receiver managed to come up with only one of them. They were tough catches, and all of them would have taken special talent to complete. Bryant still has the ability to flash that here and there, but expecting him to come up with those types of plays regularly isn't realistic anymore. Look at the week before against Philadelphia for an indication of how his abilities after the catch don't seem to be the same. Four times Dallas threw to him on a bubble one-on-one with a corner in space, and Bryant gained 2, 3, 3 and 4 yards on those catches. If you're the playmaker, the offense needs to get you the ball and trust you to create in one-on-one situations. Bryant hasn't been able to do that this season. The Cowboys even tried to get him going with a slot fade at one point in the game, but Bryant was unable to work around and get on top of the corner despite more space to work with on the inside. He doesn't have the vertical ability to separate, and corners are comfortable sitting off the ball on him and waiting for him to break off underneath. This is making it tough for Dallas to complete back shoulder throws. Corners aren't pressing, turning and running with Bryant, instead waiting for anything back to the ball so they can jump the route or close quickly for a short tackle. Of course, the lack of continuity with Dak Prescott is also a big deal, and one that has been discussed often in the media. The blame falls on both players' shoulders from what I've seen on tape, and the crumbling factors around the Cowboys' entire offense haven't helped matters either. It's clear there isn't an elite level of comfort between the two, which is making timing patterns difficult to pull off. I think Bryant has shown the ability to be a good post-route receiver, and had a particularly brilliant corner post pattern from a reduced split on the backside of a 3-by-1 look against Atlanta that would have me intrigued if I'm Dallas. Curls, fades and bubbles are great, but eventually Bryant's route tree needs to open up, and he's still one of the best slant receivers in the game. The post follows a lot of the same principles, and Bryant is comfortable making those catches with a corner on his back or a safety closing on him. I love the route versus off coverage as well, which is a lot of what Bryant is seeing. Again, Bryant still has traits and abilities that make him a very good receiver, but I think we're past the days when he consistently plays at a top 10 level given the rest of the talent around the league. He's not an elite level creator anymore, whether it's down the field or with the ball after the catch. To top it off, according to Pro Football Focus Elite, Bryant is currently 3rd in the NFL and drops with 7 on the season. There are plenty of flaws in Dallas's offense outside of Bryant that are holding the team back, but the former star receiver was supposed to be a solution, not part of the problem.